My name is Liam Heathwright, and this is my online resource for EAD111 for Semester 1 of 2022. The topic that I'm going to discuss in this online resource is around time management, and specifically the importance of time management for working students. The things that I'm going to cover in this online resource include starting off the semester, so making sure that you check your class schedule, planning ahead to make sure that you don't fall behind, figuring out the best ways for you to study, setting realistic goals or milestones throughout the semester, and staying disciplined to your schedule. So what you can do before the semester starts to help you get ahead. Before your classes start, your unit chair will release a unit guide and information handbook, which outlines everything that you need to know for the semester. So here are a few key things that you should do before starting classes. The first is to review the unit guide and information handbook. This holds all the key information that you need throughout a semester for your subject. The second is to check the days and times for each lecture and seminar and pick the one that best suits your schedule. So this is incredibly important for online students and those who are working full time as well as studying. You might not always be able to make your lectures or seminars, so you should schedule in some time to either watch them in your own time or attend the ones that are often held after working hours. The third step is to identify when your assessments are due and plan ahead. So this is really important so that you don't miss assessment due dates. And finally, creating a study schedule and making sure that you stick to it. So why planning ahead is so important when working full time? Planning ahead is one of the most important steps to being successful at university, especially when you're also working full time. One method that I like to use is I like to create timelines that can help you schedule not just your study time, but it can also help with your organizational and time management skills, which is useful for any life settings such as work and study. So in the particular timeline that I've noted below, I like to set the assessments and the weeks and topics that they're covered in, when the assessment is, and what I'll likely need to cover off to be successful in that assessment. Finding the right time and method to help you study effectively. There are three key areas that you need to navigate to help your work-life study balance. The first one is to identify the best ways to help you learn best. So as a working student, the traditional way of studying may not always work for you. So determining how you best take in the content covered in the subject and making sure that you apply it using your own methods is really important. The next key area is targeting the days in a week or hours in a day to help you manage your workload. So when working full-time, you're often committed to a set number of hours per week. So determining the best days or times where you study the most efficiently will help reduce your stress and workload as you're often incredibly busy. And finally, balancing your work-life study balance. Studying can feel like a full-time workload on top of your already demanding job. So making sure that you balance your work-life study schedule is really important. This will help to ensure that you don't get burnt out, which has a greater effect on not just university, but also on your personal and work life. So why setting realistic goals or milestones are important for your success throughout a semester? Setting goals or milestones throughout the semester will be integral to your success and will ensure that you don't miss deadlines or assessment due dates. So please make sure that you, 1, plan ahead, create a schedule or timeline, identify realistic goals or milestones, and ensure that you have enough time to execute them successfully. So below, I've set 5 goals in a semester, which is generally what I like to do, and I've got the week set out underneath for when those key goals or milestones are due. So staying disciplined to not fall behind. As a full-time worker, organizing and planning your time ahead of schedule is integral to your success at university. So planning ahead is really important, but so is sticking to your schedule. If you don't stick to your schedule, then you're likely to fall behind. So here are some key points to note. Again, just covering off some stuff that we've gone through already. Identifying the hours when you'll have uninterrupted study. Everyone has a social life, so reschedule your study if this gets in the way of your intended study times. Make sure that you have a good work-life study balance, which goes hand in hand with planning ahead. And set realistic goals or milestones and make sure you hit them by sticking to your schedule. Thank you very much for your time.